No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to smack it raw.
The following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the co-hosts are not necessarily those of the host. Viewer discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smackin podcast debut episode of Spit or Swallow. I'm your host, the Pornhub Poppy, Daddy Delgado, aka SES Vince. Joining me this fine Monday morning is some elite royalty. See what I did there? Combination of the two podcasts. First, he is one third of Young Kings Wrestling, the host of the Havoc Hour, Mr. Reek Havoc himself. How are you doing today, sir?
What's happening? Wait, I'm sorry. That's Travis's line. What's up? What's good? What's going on, y'all?
Oh my God, he's gonna kill you. But we did not come alone. We're here with from the Elite Showcase, newly emancipated Katie Kinsey, baby.
What's up, Vince?
What is up, Katie? Thank you for joining us. We have a very special treat for you guys to start off your wrestling week. Obviously, if you're a fan of the SmackDown podcast, you know that we have a certain format in which we like to critique our shows. We spit or swallow if we approve or disapprove of said content. So we decided to bring that format and make it into an actual show itself. So there's going to be something I'm going to bring to you guys on a monthly basis. At the very least, it's going to cover a pay-per-view. It may be covering other events in pro wrestling, like, for instance, the draft coming up. So we might have to better swallow the draft. So this is just something I want to take up on my own and just have some fun with it. Some short form content, put it on YouTube, just in case, you can't sit through like almost a 2-hour podcast like we did for episode 214, where it's like pure nonsense. Sometimes you just don't have 2 hours.
No. That's 2 in a row for me. That have been clusterfucks. I don't want to hear it, Vince.
I'm just saying, sometimes you don't have time for a 2-hour clusterfuck. Sometimes you need like a quick 30, 20, 40 minute like shit show in your life. So that's exactly what Spit or Swallow is going to be. So on the debut episode, we're going to be talking about Extreme Rules and what a pay-per-view to cover, because there's plenty to spit and there's plenty to swallow. So what we're going to do is I'm going to run down the card one by one, and we're going to go whether we spit or swallow and then do an overall spit or swallow for the show. How's that sound? You guys ready?
Yep.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's get into it. And we'll start off with the kickoff show. We have Liv Morgan versus Carmella. Not too much here. Liv Morgan does win with the Oblivion. So quickly, spit or swallow, Liv Morgan versus Carmella.
So I didn't see the match, but I was going into it with the plan of spitting it. However, if someone had told me, and I said this last night, if someone told me how Liv was looking that night, I probably would have watched the match, but that would not have changed the spit. I still would have spit it, but I would swallow Liv's fit. Okay,
sir. But there's a format. You need to follow it. Just pick one thing. Spit or swallow. No sitting on the fence, sir. No sitting on the fence, man.
Okay, all right, I'm spitting.
Okay. Katie, do you spit or swallow the match?
Yeah, the match I'm spitting.
Okay.
I guess.
But we all in agreement we're gonna be swallowing Liv Morgan's attire.
We swallow Liv Morgan every day.
And twice on Sunday.
Twice on Sundays.
Twice on Sunday. For those of you that may have missed the kickoff show, at least they did the replay during the actual main card. So I'm also going to be swallowing Liv Morgan. I'm going to be swallowing her getting the win. The match itself was but I'm going to be swallowing Liv Morgan getting the win. All right. So let's get into Extreme Rules, the actual main card. And I just want to start off by saying I'm going to be spitting the fact that Extreme Rules had one Extreme Rules match in the entire pay-per-view. What was so Extreme Rules? What was so extreme about Extreme Rules? Nothing. Like, it was so frustrating. It was so, and I got Katie's point about, well, at least the triple threat match is now no DQ, but still there was like no emphasis on the extreme part of
that
the
don't
pay-per-view.
mean nothing. That don't mean nothing because all triple threat matches are no DQ. At least they're supposed
Yeah,
to.
I thought they could have at least done something during that, though. That was their opportunity. You had fucking Jeff Hardy, who the pay-per-view color scheme was basically based off of him. You had him not fall off a ladder, not go through a table, not do anything extreme. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. Like, you would think at least Jeff Hardy would go ahead and do something like off a table, like with a ladder, but no.
Matt would have loved to see that.
Yeah, Matt is
quoting
like
him. That's what he wanted to see.
Yeah, our co-host on the main show is Mr. Matt Ritter. He's a big Jeff Hardy fan. So we're gonna kick off the pay-per-view. We had New Day, which you're just
skating through fireable offenses, sir.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I said nothing.
What did I say? What did I say? I didn't say anything.
Oh man.
Anyways, during the kickoff show, they had a match made at the very last fucking minute. The New Day in its entirety versus Lashley, AJ Styles, and Omos. It was an okay match. It was a random 6-man tag match that you would normally find on Raw. So it was odd that they put on the pay-per-view. Why not like have Big E versus Lashley at the pay-per-view? They're gonna have. We'll get more into it, but it was just kind of weird to see it. It wasn't a bad match. The New Day did get the win after Big E hits a big ending after an accidental spear from Lashley to AJ Styles with the whole miscommunication. I love the sequence. It was great. It made Big E look fantastic. So I'm going to swallow the New Day and specifically Big E getting the win because he got pinned on Raw and his team took the L against the Bloodline. So Big E needed some momentum and some wins in his win-loss column. So I'm going to swallow that, but I will personally spit the fact that we had a random 6-man tag on the pay-per-view.
Wait a minute. Wait. When I tried to do that with Liv, you said nah.
Yes, but it's my show, so I can. Just when you think you have the answers, I change the question, Mr. Recap.
Oh,
okay.
Crazy.
Boo.
Hey, this is my show. I can do what I want. I can change those. No.
All right.
Okay. You're right. I'm gonna go ahead and swallow that Biggie got this one because Biggie needs this one. Katie?
Yeah, swallow. I just lost my voice. Swallow the match.
Mr. Recap.
You lost your voice swallowing. Okay.
I just woke up. Leave me the fuck alone.
I'm swallowing this match because it was unexpected, but I was enjoying it. And it's a whole lot of big meaty men slapping meat. And Big E went clean over Lashley. So I mean that tells you something right there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But I am gonna be spitting the fact that we had a random 6-man tag on the pay-per-view last minute. Like literally the last fucking minute within the hour before the pay-per-view started to kick off the pay-per-view. It was dumb.
Because they put the women on the pre-show and they were like, well, we need another match.
Why not? Why not just make a random kickoff show match and let the women be on the pay-per-view?
Because WWE hate their women.
I'm spitting that too. I'm spitting the fact that Liv Morgan and Carmella got moved to the pay-per-view. At least that was built up on SmackDown.
What build? Nobody cared about this. Listen, I was more invested in a 6-man tag than I was in Liv versus Carmella because there was nothing for me to care about. That's the main reason I'm spitting it. You're going to produce a show.
I'm spitting the injustice.
You're going to present something to me, especially on a pay-per-view. You got to give me a reason to give a shit. They gave me nothing at all.
Spitting the injustice. I'm spitting the injustice. Damn it!
Jesus
I would rather see our WWE champion as opposed to a match between two women that has essentially no build and nothing to care about there.
I mean, he should have been on the pay-per-view regardless because he is the WWE champion.
Exactly.
So,
but I do feel like the girl should have been on the card too. I'm not saying the match was great, but it's like,
I mean, if they had a better build, yeah.
They had more of a build than the random 6-man tag, but okay.
because they're
Next
good.
match.
I mean,
Next match, guys. We spent too much time on a random 6-man segment. We're moving on. And I have the power to mute people, so I'm saying, Katie, you may be muted for the first time. So
Fucking try me.
I love it. I love that.
Oh,
Following, we had the SmackDown Tag Team title match between the current champions, the Uso versus the Street Profits. Before I even say anything, swallowing the fact that this was like a banger tag match. Fucking fantastic. The Usos do win with a double Uso splash from the top, like in stereo. I thought it was fantastic on Montez Ford. Montez Ford, of course, had a match with Roman Reigns this past SmackDown to main event, which he looked great in it as well. So there was this excuse that he was already beat up. He was not 100%. But regardless, I think this whole match from start to finish is swallow worthy. Do you guys agree?
hell yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Is there anything specific from the match you're like, God damn, this was fantastic?
That whole final sequence was like crazy. And I mean, the match itself is, we don't get to see too many great tag team matches, nowadays. So we got to appreciate the ones we do get. This was one of them. Usos are established, and Street Profits, when they're on, they are on. And this was a perfect example of that.
Like, nothing against Angelo Dawkins. I like him a lot, but matches like this and like the match against Roman on SmackDown just highlight the potential everyone sees in Montez as a singles guy. And I wouldn't be surprised if like 2 or even a year 3 down the line, this man is in the upper mid card contending for that US IC title picture, because this man's fantastic. His frog,
he's gonna be.
His frog splash gets so high up there. It's fucking crazy. And me and Mr. Recavic, we have an appreciation for frog splashes given one of our favorite wrestlers growing up. So we know a thing or two about frog splashes.
That is correct.
What, Katie?
No, nothing.
You seem like you were insulted that you weren't included in something.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
No? Okay, well, I guess we have no objections here.
I think she preferred D-Lo.
Man, fuck D-Lo. Moving on. We had Lashley doing a backstage promo. He calls Big E a chicken shit. He wants his title back, and he challenges Big E to a title match on Raw. I thought the backstage promo was hilarious. Later on, Big E does accept in like a fantastic way. I think he made a reference to not Daryl, Stanley from The Office. It's like, have you lost your mind? Because boy, I'll help you find it. And I fucking pod because I love The Office.
Listen, I'm gonna give you some insight. Every Black man's mother has said that to them at some point in time. And so that is why that popped me on a particular level. But the whole back and forth between the two of them in these segments was just beautiful. And like, I'm hyped to see it. I don't even care that's kicking off the show.
Bro, he called Big E chicken shit. That shit was hilarious to me. I fucking died.
Angry, wild, crazy Bobby Lashley is everything I never knew I needed, but I do.
I don't want to put words in you guys' mouth, but do you guys spit or swallow the little like promo from Big E and Lashley, specifically Lashley, because Lashley had a little bit more meat to it. Swallow.
Definitely swallow.
Quick spit. At this point in time, we go back to the commentary table for the next match, and we see Brock Lesnar guy in the crowd, and I'm gonna spit Brock Lesnar guy. Fuck Brock Lesnar guy.
What did he do?
I have a personal story. I may or may not divulge it on the show, but fuck Brock Lesnar guy. He's annoying.
Wow.
For one, he's annoying. He's fucking annoying. Like, guys.
Jesus.
Okay. It's one thing if you're a fan and you get caught like doing like a crazy reaction, but this man is literally just chilling on his phone, being the most calm human being you could possibly can. He sees the cameras on him. He's like out here having a fucking orgasm on camera every time he spots one on him. He wants to be extra. So like, notice that. Try to pay attention. Next time you see him on camera, he's just stupid extra for no reason.
Vince, we live in a world in this podcasting realm where we all have gimmicks. Is that correct?
I don't know about that. What you see from me is what you get.
You have a gimmick yourself.
I don't have a gimmick.
Matt has something of a gimmick. Well, I mean, you're supposed to, but you
I don't have a gimmick. I'm me. Like it's just me turned up to like 10%.
The point is, the man has a gimmick. He has to live up to it every time the cameras are on him because he's on TV. He's like the red cap guy with the signs at this point.
I don't care. No, I don't care, man. Don't come over here and try to like do like the like Batista machine gun like entrance pyro thingy. Like that's literally what he looks like he's doing every single time. Like either he's a very big Batista fan or that's his like natural reaction to things.
Just excited.
Just stop. Like don't do it every.
Why are you hating on the man? Chill.
Just fuck Brock Lesnar guy. I'm spitting it. It's my show. I can spit whatever I want.
You're just a hater.
This is that reeks of hatred. Oh, and while we mentioned commentary, can we just retroactively spit what happened in the beginning with the Spanish getting mixed in with the English audio?
Okay, so for those of you guys that may not have watched the feed live, we had to deal with the Spanish commentary talking over the English commentary, or the commentaries just talking over each other for a large period of time. And no, we did not accidentally hit the Spanish commentary version. It was literally the English version, just with Spanish commentary. Whole Twitter was talking about it. I thought I was the only one. I thought it was fucking tweaking. I thought something happened. I thought I accidentally hit the wrong feed.
Same.
Did anybody else get like some weird other language? I think I might have gotten like German at one point. Like I swear I had German at one point because like there was some mumbling. And I know my Spanish isn't perfect, but that wasn't Spanish. That was not Spanish. There was some other third language that I do not know.
I didn't even know. I was just mentally preparing myself to try and decipher through the proper like language I'm supposed to be listening to for the whole show because
you got to pull out a dictionary.
I restarted my app 3 times.
Did it stop by this point in the pay-per-view, which is the Raw Women's title match between the challenger Alexa Bliss and the champion Charlotte Flair? I think by this point it stopped for me.
It was done by the time that the first match got started, I think.
No, because I still had it like towards the start of the Usos versus Street Profits.
I'm just spitting Peacock in general because the amount of fucking ads we were getting too.
I wasn't getting any ads.
I got no.
No, see, that's some bullshit because I did and I was not fucking okay.
Do you have Xfinity? Because you get it for free.
You got the Premium Plus.
We do, yeah.
Okay,
interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know that because TC said the same thing.
Some bullshit.
Okay.
I paid to make sure I didn't get ads, and I didn't.
Well, I think it's safe to say that Katie's going to be spitting Peacock for that, and then we're all spitting the fact that we had to like juggle like the whole Spanish commentary fiasco, right?
Yeah.
RIP WWE Network.
Right,
we took you for granted when we had you. We took you for granted. But like I was saying, we have Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte Flair. A pretty solid match, I would say. Charlotte does get the win with, I believe, the natural selection. But the big, meaty stuff is after the match. Post-match, Charlotte jumps Alexa, takes her outside, and just destroys Lily. Like, I thought she was going to do, like, what everybody does to just stomp on Lily. She, like, ripped off a limb, ripped off another limb, ripped off the face. It was a whole murder scene. It was a homicide with tens and thousands of witnesses. Alexa tries to avenge Lily, but fails. Gets tossed over the announce table. Charlotte leaves, very proud of herself. Alexa comes in, and she just like mourns Lily for what felt like 10 minutes. I thought something was going to happen with like the lights, or like this triggered some like darker, evil, more vicious side of Alexa, but it was just literally her like just mourning Lily, which is fine. I guess I was just anticipating something big to happen because it was a pay-per-view, but we might be getting something on Raw.
Well, she was kind of foaming at the mouth, but it didn't work.
Yeah, they were trying to do the whole foaming of the mouth. I thought she just accidentally like got like a piece of paper or confetti stuck in her mouth or something. Like I don't know.
That's what you thought was happening?
Because it looked like she had like a piece of paper in her mouth, and then like when she got to the stage, her mouth was foaming. I'm like, oh, I think it was supposed to be something for the foam.
What do you think was happening?
I'm just gonna say within a 24-hour period, you and Matt Ritter have both disappointed me in terms of what I thought your takeaway was going to be on seeing that. I'm just saying. This is not a good look for Pornhub. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
Well, good thing it's not my fucking show.
I mean, Jesus, I did not wake up this morning thinking that I wanted to disappoint Wreak Havoc, but here I am. Here I
hear
am, disappointed.
disappointing.
Story of my life. Just a walking disappointment, apparently.
Same.
No, but I want to say the match was just good enough to the point where I'd swallow it. But I'm really just gonna swallow more the post-match interaction and the whole like homicide scene and the morning afterwards. What about you guys?
I mean, I swallowed the match. I really did think Alexa was going to win. It seemed like it was kind of building to that. And Charlotte isn't known for having long title reigns, especially when you have a nice roster full of women. But yeah, I mean, it was still a good match. And I guess we got some more stuff to build on because of what she did, dismembering an inanimate object. But I mean, if it works, I'm hoping that they don't just cancel the whole gimmick because of all the bitching and moaning from fans about it, which Matt was talking about last night. But yeah, I mean, it's good. It's swallow worthy.
Get it?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time in a few years Charlotte and Alexa have had like a one-on-one. So I mean, it didn't disappoint. It was a good match. I'll swallow the match, but yeah, mainly we swallow the murder of Lily, which is some bullshit. Bliss better come out with like a full-on like rage tonight.
She better come out with like a Dexter Loomis machete or something, and just
she better have like an army of fucking Lilies ready.
I need her to become Lily, like with those crazy.
Like she gets possessed by Lily. Like you can't really kill Lily. Like the spirit of Lily is not just possessing her. Yeah. So maybe this is a way to evolve the character into something else. So we shall wait and see.
She needs to go to Chelsea. She needed to go to Chelsea Green's makeup artist when she was in Impact, like that. Do that crazy shit and show up on TV tonight.
Shouldn't be too hard to do. Moving on, we had a triple threat United States Championship, unjustifiably so. We had the culprit, Jeff Harvey, versus the GOAT, Sheamus, and the current champion, Damian Priest. I'm going to quickly spit the fact that Jeff broke Sheamus's nose on Raw and unjustly was added to this match. I'm going to swallow that Sheamus started off this match by yeeting Jeff Hardy out of the ring. I thought that was fucking fantastic. And we got for a few minutes there, the rightful just singles match that we were supposed to have for Sheamus and Damian Priest. But, Jeff Harvey, just came in there and just wanted to be a third wheel. Overall, the match was pretty good, but the ending was Sheamus getting robbed because he hit the bro kick and he was about to pin Jeff Harvey and regain his United States Championship, but Damian Priest hit him with a schoolboy roll up and beat the man afterwards. I will also like to put it out there that I think it was a conspiracy because Jeff Harvey and Damian Priest were out there celebrating with each other. So I would like to say that there's a conflict of interest there because they might have colluded with each other to make sure that Damian Priest retained. So it was unfair and unjust for Sheamus. So I will be putting up a petition to make sure that Sheamus gets his rightful singles match. Overall, I'm going to split the whole match because Sheamus really was the only one that made the match really good. Damian Priest was like trying his best and he was pretty good too, but Sheamus was the sole reason this match was good and he was robbed at the end. So this is a split for me, guys.
Reek, do you want me to go or you want to go on your tangent?
Go ahead.
Okay. First, Vince is blasphemous. What else is new? Second, we swallow the match. The match was a fucking banger. Regardless of you standing Sheamus and all your bullshit, the match was good. There's no conspiracy. Damian Priest said multiple times he respects Jeff Hardy. That's why there was a celebration at the end. You need to calm down with your fashion files bored with the pins shit. You gotta chill. Nah. You gotta relax. We swallowed this match. It was a banger of a match.
No. Hold up. I need to get to the bottom of this. Let me get my thinking cap.
I hate you.
My thinking cap is now on. I will be making sure that this case has number one priority. Mr. Rick Havoc?
Oh, here we go.
Are you spitting with me as well? Like, do you agree with the Sheamus injustice?
It is not. It is not happening. When is this episode going up? I'm guessing tomorrow.
It should be up either tonight or tomorrow.
So if it goes up within the next 24 hours, if you're not fired in the following 24 hours, I will genuinely be shocked because your bias sickens me, sir. It sickens me deeply. This match was a swallow if I've ever seen one. It wasn't. It had no reason to be as good as it was because I knew it was going to be good, but it just took a whole nother life of its own. And I mean, just from the time it started, I was confident Priest was going to win. Midway through, I had no idea what was going to happen. That is a hallmark of a good match, if I've ever seen it.
Sheamus did a fantastic job in suspending your disbelief and making you believe that Damian Priest was not allowed to retain his title. Yes, I know Sheamus is a fantastic wrestler with amazing storytelling ability inside and outside that ring.
Listen, I give Sheamus his flowers on a regular basis. Okay, I've never referred to him as mid at best, but I am not going to knock the third man in this match, which put on a hell of a performance that a lot of people will likely sleep on, but it's okay. It's okay. And listen, Sheamus had no injustice. The man, at the end of the day, he knew the stakes. He got involved, and this is where we are.
This man had to unjustly have a match with Jeff Harvey on Raw to determine whether or not Jeff Harvey was able to even come into this match and make it into a triple threat. So that in of itself is an injustice. Why does Jeff Harvey get all this special treatment?
You are so full of shit. It sickens me.
He had to win a match to get in. He won the match.
What credentials? Sheamus had already won the number one contendership. What credentials does Jeff Harvey have?
This man said what credentials to Jeff Hardy?
Sir, what credentials? What credentials? Have you read Jeff Hardy's resume? Oh
yeah, his 2002 resume is probably impressive. Maybe his 2009 resume is pretty impressive. What has he done for me lately, Rick Havoc? Nothing.
Puts on banger matches when necessary.
I will say it again. When this goes up, if you are not fired in the next 24 hours, I will start my own petition to make sure you get fired.
To be fair, I don't think Matt would ever consider firing me for slandering Jeff Harvey. And I will say I did come into the show wanting to give him his flowers, but fuck Jeff Harvey. Fuck him coming.
No, you're just too far up Sheamus's ass to understand that Jeff Hardy's actually pretty good.
Fuck the Hardys. Next, we have a SmackDown Women's Title match. SmackDown Women's Title match. The challenger Bianca Belair versus the champion Becky Lynch, who was all white everything. This is a very close match. This was very fucking fantastic. I thought from start to finish, Bianca looked like a fucking star. It looked like at every turn, Becky Lynch was trying to do something to try to crack the code that is Bianca Belair. But every time she thought she had Bianca was just right there, proving to not only everyone in the crowd, but Becky Lynch herself that I am that damn fucking good. I'm on your level, if not a higher level than you. I'm on the next level than you. And Bianca was this close. She had her set up for the KOD. And the biggest swallow of the whole fucking show after this, nothing else fucking mattered. Sasha Banks, the best wrestler, not named Sheamus, came out, returned, attacked Becky Lynch, attacked Bianca Belair. There was a point in time where before she attacked Becky, where they were just kind of eyeballing each other. And I thought they might have thrown up a 4, that symbolized the 4 horsewomen, they're friends, but then rightfully so, Sasha came in there and just beat the shit out of Becky. This hopefully leads to a fantastic triple threat match either at the draft or at the next pay-per-view, because you know how they like to let the draft bleed into the next pay-per-view, even though people have been drafted to other shows. Yeah. So, just keep the suspense going. So I love this. I'm going to go ahead and swallow the match itself because up until the glorious return of Sasha Banks, it was a fantastic match. But Sasha Banks' return in of itself makes Extreme Rules one of the better pay-per-views of 2021. Guys, what do you think?
This is a sham. This is a sham if I've ever been a part of one. I am swallowing the match. Obviously, I'm swallowing Sasha Banks and the potential that we get of seeing the three of them in the ring together.
Salivating at the mouth, man.
Yeah. We know it's no friends in the industry, as Drake said. So I don't know what Becky thought she was gonna get at the end of that match. But this was probably the best result to have, because looking at it, you wanted to protect Bianca at the end of the day, because her losing the title looked bad enough. Mm-hmm. And the idea was you're not going to take the title off of Becky when you just put it on her. So the best way to split the baby was to do this. And now you add Sasha into the mix. Like I said, it just creates a whole juicy situation for everybody involved. And I like
a whole new clusterfuck in the top of the women's division.
That's okay. It's better than when we had a paper thin roster on SmackDown.
Exactly. Katie?
I'm swallowing the match before Sasha. I am not the biggest Sasha fan. Let me finish. Don't fucking mute me yet. Let me finish.
Lightly.
Let me fucking finish my sentence.
Tread lightly.
I know how to play this game. Relax. Let me finish my sentence.
Got a finger on the
swallowing the match before Sasha. At first, I was like, why is Sasha here? What the fuck? I was mad that we were having a banger match. Sasha came up, interrupted.
Okay.
Looking at the bigger picture, if we can get a triple threat out of it, Sasha has had fantastic matches with both women.
With everyone she steps in the ring with, for the most part.
Neither here nor there, but
every single one of her matches are 5-star. Listen to her Bart. What was
Vince,
it, Bart?
If you let me finish my sentence and stop cutting me off, I swear to God, just let me finish.
This is no time for your religious faith, Katie. This is no time for your religious faith.
Vince, shut the fuck up and let me say my sentence. Oh my God. So whatever. I'll swallow Sasha coming back. Whatever. But I don't know what the fuck Becky was thinking when she's dealing with the biggest backstabber in WWE, trying to throw up a thumbs up. Like, the fuck? You're stupid.
Ironically enough, she got hit with like a whole backstabber too. So like that's kind of funny. Like her whole like sequence to the thanks statement is a backstabber. So
yeah, any friend she's had, she's turned her back on. Neither here nor there. So
she's got some competition though. The biggest backstabber in WWE. There's man.
Women wise, it's hers.
Okay. Women wise. Yeah, I guess I could get
that. Yeah. I mean, Seth's pretty up there.
Yeah.
Seth's pretty up there.
Is Seth a woman now?
Could argue Charlotte too.
No, I'm talking about like in terms of
just
like in general.
Just because of her genes,
But to be fair, Charlotte doesn't really align herself with too many people, so there's not really too many opportunities to backstab someone. She did that to Asuka when they were teaming together, but
but we never believed in that anyway. At least
no, we never did.
Okay, but yeah, guys. So again, swallowing the entirety of the match, swallowing the return of Sasha Banks, and I like the cop-out way to like make make Bianca Belair still look good, like because she probably was gonna win the title. So this is a good, like, nice way to like get themselves out of that situation, still make her look good and strong, given her loss at SummerSlam. Main event time, guys. We have the Universal title, the champion, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, against the Demon, Finn Balor. Why did Finn Balor look like he was coming out in blackface? Like, there was more black than red. And I didn't notice until Jizzy from the now deceased Deadass Girls podcast pointed that out to me. And I'm just like, wow, I didn't notice that before. Finn had his own like unique set of candlesticks, which I thought was fun. The only extreme match, like no DQ match, gimmick match in the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Unfortunately, I missed it. I know that Roman retained. Would you guys like to fill in the blanks for me?
Reek?
Well,
given that Reek had a whole recap show last night.
Exactly.
I mean, I did. It was fun. So yeah, we did get Finn pulling out that Final Fantasy like sword of kendo sticks combined into one. Roman went and was trying not to allow the tables, but tables got brought out. Finn goes through them. You get out to the crowd. This was probably the best part of the match. You get out to the crowd, and Roman says, "I need a mask to go on and beat this motherfucker's ass throughout the crowd." And so he went out and did that over by like the kickoff show table and everything like that. Then when we got back into the ring, of course, the Usos weren't going to interfere, but he winds up, Roman comes and spears Finn through the barricade. And when it looks like everyone's down and out, all of a sudden, this was the trippy part of it. The heartbeat starts playing as Finn is down, and he starts flopping like he's ready for round 2, if you know what I mean. The music starts playing, and we get the red lights that people can't see through. And he just goes beast mode, starts wailing on Roman with a chair, and knocking him through into the steel steps, takes him into the ring, goes up for the coup de grace, and then bullshit happens. Because for some reason, Finn is 190 pounds, so this is not even logical. For some reason, the turnbuckle just collapsed. There was no explanation for it. There was no, they didn't show what happened. The thing just collapsed. He falls down. When he gets up, Roman hits the spear. 1, 2, 3. Tribal Chief is still the champion. And that's how we went off. I mean, I don't trust, I said this last night, I don't trust creative to give an explanation as to what happened. So I'm just going to take it as this is how we're going to end that story.
Okay, I'm going to have to go on a minute, 30-second rant, because this is why the fuck I didn't want to have the Demon come out. Because I knew he wasn't going to beat Roman Reigns. He was undefeated. This is his first loss. Unless you want to count when he was a white demon in that cage match against Samoa Joe, this is his only loss. Would be his second loss. At least with Samoa Joe, he was passing the torch to him, putting him over on his way out of NXT, making him look strong as the next NXT champion. Roman doesn't need to beat the Demon. He could have had a rematch with Finn Balor. This now you have this whole I guess chink in the Demon's armor. Now it's not as threatening. Now it's different. And I feel like that's if someone was going to beat the Demon, I'm not trying to say it's on par with the Undertaker undefeated streak at WrestleMania, but it has significance to get that win. And you gave it a Roman in a very, what's the word I'm looking for? A very messy way because of the whole turnbuckle thing. I guess they were trying to protect Finn, but I would have been okay with that finish if it was just Man Balor, regular Finn Balor. But because it was the Demon, you would think that wouldn't have affected him as much. So I'm gonna spit the fact that the Demon lost. I'm gonna spit the ending where the turnbuckle collapse and Finn just falls down and stuff. But I'm gonna swallow the match itself because it sounds like they had a banger of a match, which I had to go back and finish.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely did. The match is definitely a swallow, but I gotta spit that ending because
the Demon lost.
But it's just like I said, I don't trust that creator's going to give us an explanation for this. You could say that Paul or somebody screwed with the turnbuckle because he's trying to keep in Roman Reigns' good graces or whatever. There's still Fredo Heyman time. I don't give a damn. But if you were going to have a screwy finish, you might as well trot out Brock Lesnar for 30 seconds and get him interfered in the match so that at least then you can, give a reason for why the Demon lost.
But I think with Brock, they have a select few of dates and they weren't going to waste an appearance just on that.
Oh, we know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Katie, overall, spit or swallow, specific spits and swallows from this match?
I mean, the match itself, you swallow. The match was, the only Extreme Rules match on the fucking card. And it was Balor and Roman, who are two of the best right now.
Mm-hmm.
The match was great. I mean, Reek talked about the mask spot, him going into the crowd wearing a mask. Loved that. Popped for that. But yeah, we spit the turnbuckle because what the fuck was that? That was some like 2002 ring breaking bullshit that shouldn't have fucking happened. Like I hated
if it was
that.
an accident, that's one thing, but
It wasn't.
It
You know
wasn't.
damn well it wasn't.
Of course not.
You had fucking Sheamus up there beforehand, a few matches prior, doing his mocking Jeff Hardy. You had him up there.
Disrespectful.
He's no 190. So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Nah, Sheamus is a big meaty man.
Oof. Yes, he is. You don't gotta tell me twice. Yeah, but yeah, Katie. Go ahead.
That's all I had.
Okay, so we're all in agreement. We're swallowing the match, spitting the finish, specifically spitting the fact that the Demon lost. First canon loss in main roster and in WWE if you don't count Samoa Joe in NXT, which apparently is not canon anymore because that's an old version of NXT. Now it's NXT 2.0. Much better now. Much better. In living color too. So with that being said, guys, that was the first episode of Spirit Swallow. What you guys think? I had fun personally. I thought it was a good time from start to finish, and I liked it because it was a smaller, condensed version. Only talked about one thing. We were able to go into more specific details and give it the actual time that it deserves in some aspects. And now we get to cover pay-per-views if I want to cover a pay-per-view and don't have to wait a whole fucking week the Friday after a pay-per-view to maybe talk about it for like 30 seconds on the show. So I thought this was fun. Before we go out the air, guys, I would like to give you guys the opportunity to plug anything you may be coming up, where they can find you on social media, the whole works. You know, advocate for yourselves or advocate for the both of you, whichever.
I don't have the script, so I'm gonna let my client go ahead and go first with everything she's got.
Yeah, everything's updated, so we'll have to give you a new script. You can find me on Twitter at KatieWrestling13. In my bio, I have a link tree for the She Lead Showcase. Click that link tree, takes you to the YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or Twitch, Thursdays, 9 p.m. I have the new interview with Mr. Rick Havoc.
Which, by the way, is fantastic. I listened to it the whole way through, and I was right there with Reek. My first question was like, how are you called Wreak Havoc? And I forgot about that question till the end of the interview, until Reek's like, I'm surprised you didn't ask me that. I'm like, that's right. Like, I completely forgot because I was just so fascinated with everything else that Reek had to come out there. And he came out with like his white voice out there. Like shout out to the movie Sorry to Bother You. That's what it was called, right?
Yeah.
Fucking fantastic. Fucking shout out to TC for making that reference in the cafeteria. Sorry, Katie. I interrupted.
No, it's okay. The next one is coming out next Monday. That's with Matt Ritter.
Oh, so shout out.
That one's gonna be fun. And I'm actually filming the following one tonight with Justin from Get Your Podcast.
Oh,
so
a lot of fun episodes sound like they're coming.
Oh yeah, we got a lot cooking. I'm ready.
Yeah, that theme song, by the way, fucking fire. Shout out to Justin at Goat Tactics on Twitter, Jalen on the beat on social media. Hit him up if you need a good fire beat. This man is so versatile. We've all asked him for stuff for our podcasts, and he's delivered every single thing.
Yes,
every single thing.
Yeah, Justin's a man. I just real quick, again, shout out to Justin. I asked him for one thing. All I said was a chill lo-fi beat, and he created that. And that's the thing people keep talking about with that episode. So
I think
I'm
he
just
released
happy.
it. I think he released it on Spotify. So if you like the theme song, check it out. Like if you like that House MD vibes, fucking fantastic. I was over here like banging. I'm like, oh, where's House? Is he gonna come out here?
Christ.
No, that's a fact. That man understands the assignment.
He does. But yeah, I'm done.
Rick.
Good. All right. So you can find me at ReekHavoc24 on Instagram and on Twitter. You can find my show, The Havoc Hour, on all streaming platforms, as well as YouTube, where you can watch the video. All my lovely people here have been on in some form or fashion. You can find Young Kings Wrestling at YK Wrestling on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram, kinda on at YK Wrestling _ because Instagram some hoes. They deleted our original page, so you don't see a lot of stuff on there. But Young Kings Wrestling, you can find us on all streaming platforms as well as the video version on YouTube. New episode should be coming up today, sometime today, because we did our own recap with the Warden Matt Ritter, our resident recap co-host. So
If you don't forget him.
I didn't forget nothing. It wasn't me. It was not me. I'm not in charge of scheduling. But yeah. So keep an eye out for that. That should be coming out very soon.
Way. You pointed fingers elsewhere.
Nope. I'm not responsible.
On both
Sounds like another conspiracy to put my thinking cap on.
Shut up,
to the bottom line.
Shut the hell up.
Almost forgot. Overall, spit or swallow of Extreme Rules, guys.
Swallow.
I'm
gonna swallow too, even though it was not that extreme. But that's okay.
It wasn't.
That's okay.
It wasn't. That's okay, I guess.
That's the only nitpick that I do have, because if you're gonna do gimmick pay-per-views, and stick to the format. The whole initial idea of Extreme Rules was that either you have a stipulation for every match or there's no rules for any matches. And
exactly.
Did not see that.
Okay.
They did not understand the assignment.
No.
So we have a Facebook group page. I think it is facebook.com/groups/Smackin and Raw. I do not know it specifically, but if you watch the show, you'll be able to find it. We have 2 link trees. Linktree/Creation World for all the video content, and Linktree/Smackin and Raw for the audio version. It should be in Matt Ritter's bio, which is at MATTRIDDER. I cannot say it as fast as him. I do not have the linguistic
MATTRIDDER. Come on now.
Oh my gosh. I've
been on the show enough. I think I know how to do it.
Yeah, I just like tongue twister. Like, I can't do it. I'd rather not put myself in a situation where I just fumble the bag. You could also find us on social media at Smackin Raw Pod on both Instagram and Twitter. Matt runs Twitter. I run the Instagram. So depending on who you want to interact with, there it is. You can find me on all social media platforms at SESVince. I'm very reachable. Just hit me up whenever if you want to just praise Sheamus with me. Hashtag WWSD. What would Sheamus do? Just start off your day with that. With that, and you'll be okay. But as per the Smackin and Raw podcast formats, we're swallowing overall Extreme Rules. Thank you guys for joining me. I have been your host, Daddy Delgado, the Pornhub Poppy, aka SESVince, and we are Smackin and Raw, and we are the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub. Later, y'all.